The Nintendo Switch 2 is almost here, and speculation is all over the place. Anticipation is through the roof, and now we have new Switch 2 forecast numbers that are absolutely insane, to say the least. DFC Intelligence Switch 2 forecast. Nintendo could become the primary partner for third-party publishers over the next 5 years. Switch 2 will sell more than 15 million units by March 2026. Switch 2 will sell 100 million units by 2029. Switch 2 will be the leading console system by a wide margin by 2029. Now, 100 million units by 2029. Those are insane numbers. Now, if we go over to VGCharts.com, we have the platform totals right here. And as you can see, if you're including handheld, which Game Boy and DS, you have 7 systems that are over 100 million units total. You have the PlayStation 2 at 160, which some would argue that's not an accurate number. Magically, PlayStation found like 5 or 6 million new consoles sold in the last year. And that number had not moved for a long time. And then suddenly, once the Nintendo Switch started to get a little closer, magically PlayStation said, oh yeah, we found 5 million more. But regardless, PlayStation 2 at number 1, the Nintendo DS at number 2, Nintendo Switch at number 3, Game Boy at 4, PS4 at 5, the original PlayStation at 6, and the Nintendo Wii at 7. And those are the only systems that have moved over 100 million units. And now you have this forecast saying that Nintendo likely to become the primary partner for third-party game publishers over the next gen, and Switch 2 set to sell 100 million units in 5 years. That will be wild if it happens. Nintendo will likely be the primary partner for third-party game publishers on console in 5 years. An analyst firm has forecast by which Switch 2 will have hit 100 million units sold. A fresh report on the coming year in video games and beyond from veteran firm DFC Intelligence states that Nintendo is likely to beat its own forecast for Switch 2 sales this year, albeit slightly. Nintendo has said that it expects to ship 15 million Switch 2 consoles before the 31st of March 2026, though DFC forecasts Nintendo will, in reality, likely sell 16 million units. Enough to say it has beat expectations. With supply chain improvements, sales could be even higher still, as many as 20 million, DFC believes. Reflecting its historically conservative approach to new product forecasting, Nintendo is estimating sales of 15 million Switch 2 units through the end of its fiscal year in March 2026, DFC wrote in its report shared with Eurogamer. With the original Switch launch in March of 2017, Nintendo initially projected 10 million units for its fiscal year, but ultimately sold 15 million units in that period. Based on that track record, the fact that Nintendo is forecasting a 15 million unit number gives us confidence that they will be able to ramp up supply and navigate tariff challenges. With the delay of GTA 6 to 2026, the launch of the Switch 2 will be this year's biggest driver of video game spending, particularly so in Japan. DFC expects where Nintendo has competitively priced local model for that market. Looking for the future, DFC says Switch 2 will likely hit 100 million sales by 2029 and be the leading console system by that time. Both Sony and Microsoft have expressed interest in launching their own handheld devices, and both companies are also widely expected to be prepping their own next home console to arrive by 2027 onward. But Nintendo launching Switch 2 now means it will have several years head start on the PS6 and the next Xbox. These are some pretty interesting numbers, to say the least. And I mean, I'm excited for the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm hoping that it, makes everyone happy. And I think Mario Kart World is a massive system seller, and that will drive a ton of people to this system. And then that just means that Nintendo has so much left with a new Zelda game, a 3D Mario game, another Splatoon game. And the list goes on and on. Another Smash Bros. Game. Nintendo has a lot going on. They're opening theme parks around the country. They just opened up their own land in Universal Orlando. They have one in Japan. They have one in California. A new Nintendo store just opened in San Francisco. So Nintendo is operating on a different level right now. We will see if these numbers hold up. I am still skeptical if Nintendo can move this many units right now. It's hard to tell. There's definitely a huge amount of anticipation for the Switch 2, but it's difficult to tell if this thing is going to sell like this. Time will tell. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.